Welcome to Prime Terraces for Game 2 of the final best of 5 of the evening. Spawning in the top position as the green Zerg player representing mYinsanity, we have Serral, who played very well, but it was effectively starved out and eventually trapped in an air-on-air pincer movement by this purple Protoss player in the bottom. Representing Planetkey Dynamics, currently 1-0 up. It's GunGFuBanDa. A hugely entertaining game number 1. Very defensive play from both sides. Very cagey, very cautious. As both players sort of did small amounts of damage to each other and then backed off. And they seem to do this repeatedly. Prime Terraces, a little bit less likely for that to happen. Primarily in the early game, because we have stuff like this. So we're going straight for the gold base as far as Serral is concerned, and he's saying, well, 2 base versus 2 base, I'm going to make sure mine mines more. GunGFuBanDa is going to be going for his Nexus after the gateway, but it will be at the normal location. This probe is going to spot that the gold has been taken first by Serral as well. So this is going to prompt a little bit more aggro coming out from GunGFuBanDa. Just because compared to other maps, your opponent will simply be mining more this time around. So we'll see how that pans out for him. In the meantime, just getting some vision around the base, nothing too out of the ordinary. Of course, there are no Reapers in this matchup, don't need to worry about them. Serral is now mining from the gold. We'll see what his plan is and whether he's just actually going to be going into a third base off of this and saying, okay, I don't see any crazy aggression against the gold. Maybe I can just sneak ahead and say I can guarantee I'll be ahead. He hasn't spotted the pylon here, though, and I think this pylon, obviously not to spot Reapers, might be for a whole bunch of gateways if GunGFuBanDa decides to do some sort of crazy aggressive push. We have the first 6 lings popping out now, and it looks like an Adept is going to kill off at least one of these lings. Yeah, he's not going to shade over there. 5 lings together might be a little bit much for an Adept to handle with no backup. But she's going to pop back with no problem. Ooh, these Zerglings see the Stargate put down right in front of them as well. That's going to be useful. An additional gateway here. And the Overlord spots the pylon. Very, very nice. Does GunGFuBanDa see the Overlord? Oh, he also sees the Overlord. So he knows the potential scouting is there. That's the third base. Serral is doubling up. He's saying, right, in for a penny, in for a pound, mate. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 gold bases here. And he's very aggressively spreading his creep. He wants as much notice as possible if anyone attacks the gold base, and I love that idea. I completely agree with him. He's going to be able to spread his creep tumors to like this sort of position very quickly indeed. And advance notice is half of the game when you're trying to defend some high value bases. The adapts prevent those Zerglies from getting in and scouting, but they will at least spot that an Oracle is on the way. So all in all, things are looking pretty hunky-dory. We have a Spore Crawler finishing there. We're going to get one immediately on the second gold base, no doubt, as well. And just keep building those queens as Serral. I mean, his 3-base economy is going to be really, really fantastic compared to what it was at this stage in the last game, simply because of the architecture of the gold bases. These queens continuing to spread creep just so far, doing a great job. Here comes the Oracle. He's moving up into the main base now. And we'll try and pick off as many workers as he can. It looks like he's going to be confined at the moment to just killing off the workers that were on gas. Picks off 4 in total so far and moves out. That's not too bad at all. We have got a couple of Zerglings trying to break in here. They won't be able to do so. A Void Ray comes out. I haven't seen those in a while, have we? Of the Stargate. And we have an Overlord here just kind of chilling. Doing alright. extra couple of gateways coming down. Got the robo facility, and, well, if he was chilling before, he ain't chilling now. And unfortunately, that is going to be clean up on aisle 2. There we go. And this base still actually hasn't been taken because we, of course, have gone for that double gold treatment. Spore Crawler's looking at him a little bit funny. Oracle trying to see if there's a way to get an entrance, but without the gases being taken here, it just makes it a little more tricky. So I don't know that's going to be too possible. Ling's continuing to harass GunGFuBanDa here. And we have a good number of queens moving out across the middle of the map now and getting threateningly close to the gold base of GunGFuBanDa. This could be absolutely huge. Void Ray ever so slowly picking off a single queen there. Unfortunately, it's not going to get anything really before it gets taken down. A little bit too late on the pullback there, and now we have all of these queens. Ravager, why not? Moving in towards the gold base, and I feel like Serral has such a huge advantage at this point because the space. Look at the creep. I mean, he can just bring anything he wants over. He can move the rest of his queens over, actually, if he hasn't already. Total number of queens, 13. Total number of queens here, 10. So he's got 1 per base left back at home, at least. He could pull those 3 and be fine. Here's a disruptor shot. That's a really good disruptor shot. Is it enough to change, potentially, the outcome of this game? I don't know. We have a hidden base going over here for GunGFuBanDa, but the not-so-hidden base is looking like it is under a lot of threat right now. And these Ravagers might be able to just tear a hole in that wall and rush on through to the unit production. Disruptors, well, there are 2 of them, and they're doing a good job. But this pylon is going down. Good dodge on the disruptor shot. It looks like the unbuildable rocks seem to be caught in the crossfire there, but GunGFuBanDa, it looks like he's trapped on 2 bases. Technically he has a 3rd, but that 3rd was spotted by a drone. Dear, oh dear. So I think if he's going to be trapped on 2, and this Nexus goes down, Serral has this game by the cojones. He's doing a great job at the moment. He's successfully mined both gold bases, and he mined them unhindered as well. I think that was really important. And he seems to be using this comfortably to his advantage here. These Zerglings are going after these probes to make sure that there's absolutely no more economic advantage to this hidden base. And GunGFuBanDa has to win with what he's got here. He does have 1,000 minerals, to be fair. Oh god, that was a beautiful disruptor shot. But also, there are transfuses here. I mean, if he successfully sort of splits all his units, he should be okay. He should be okay. We're still confining the Protoss onto 2 bases, and Serral is up to 150 supply. Now, with Disruptors, it's always going to be difficult to push up here, but GunGFuBanDa can just afford to wait and keep expanding, and wait and keep expanding. So I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs that, and potentially that, at some point very soon. As long as he keeps this army in its base, it's perfectly fine. More creep getting laid down by the queens as well. Transfuses coming to help against the disruptor shots. And I feel like what Serral needs right now is 1 Broodlord. That could end up being enough. Moving in towards the disruptors. And, oh, the Zerg has to be so careful. That was a really good disruptor shot. If he gets a second one of those off, that's going to be excellent. One of the disruptors goes down there. Force fields having to pop out as well, as the concave from Serral looks pretty strong. But he will eventually have to pull back. Constantly transfusing the queen to keep her alive as well. Oh no, she goes down to the last second. Never mind. Continuing to spread creep, continuing to limit the Zerg to 2 bases. It's maxed out versus 120 supply. I don't really know what the plan is right now for GunGFuBanDa. He needs to break out of this. Oh, those were some sick disruptor hits. Like, seriously sick. Is that going to be enough, though? Unlikely. 101 supply versus 176. There's the time warp coming down. And, oh, very nice. Those Ravagers just doing some sick hits in the back there as well. And GunGFuBanDa can't really resupply fast enough. Serral can continuously trade. And, well, there are 5 Mutalisks and 36 Zerglings coming in. I mean, he can just keep an army here for the entire time. What is he going to really do about it? Here come the Mutas as well. That might end up being that. That is the last Disruptor too. There are only Blinkstalkers left in this army. And, I mean, there are a lot of Blinkstalkers left in this army, but these Mutas are about to go and terrorize this. And then GunGFuBanDa really will be split. He can't pull half of the Stalkers back, for example, because that would be absolutely disastrous. This army would overrun him. But that means he basically can't deal with the Mutas, and his economy, or what's left of it anyway, is being absolutely ripped to shreds. There goes every probe inside the main base bar one. And Bob there looks like he'll be able to seek refuge. That's GG. And Serral ties up this best of 5 series 1-1.